Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Today we are drafting Phyrexia All Will Be One, kind of going back and forth between Phyrexia and Innistrad right now, so stay tuned if you're interested in some Innistrad drafts. But as far as Phyrexia goes, we have a pretty good idea what we're doing in this format here at this point, so let's take a look at our first pack here today with a very, very underwhelming pack. Staff of Completion is effectively unplayable. There is Hexgold Hoverwings and Furnace Strider and Crawling Chorus, I guess, are the three cards I'm looking at here. I don't really like any of them, honestly. The only red card in the entire pack is Furnace Strider. I've liked aggressive white toxic styles of decks lately. So maybe we take the world's saddest Crawling Chorus, pack one, pick one. And honestly, I think I'm going to do that, because this is probably the worst pack I think we've had the entire set. And I'm glad we did, because now we get to take an Ossification, which is the best card in this pack by a lot. Had we taken the Furnace Strider, we would still be taking Ossification here, so at least there's that. So we get to have it match up with our first pick. There is a Duelist of Deep Faith, which I think is the next best card in this pack that someone over here will probably take. But we're not going to pass up on an Ossification here. I think that will go just fine for our pick 2. Makes me feel a lot better about the lack of cards and lack of selection there in pack 1. But as many times as we draft, sometimes you get bad packs. So you got to deal with what you got in front of you. Speaking of dealing with what you got in front of you, we have another bad pack here. There's Tablet of Completion, but this is much more of a control card, and so far we are not looking to be control. Serum Core Chimera, this deck has never really come together at all. There's a Whisper of the Dross, which I do like. I might just take the Basilica Shepherd to stay white. I mean, it's a fine card. It's probably, in a vacuum, anywhere between the first and third best card in this pack, potentially. But the fact that we already have an Ossification and we're incentivized to stay white, I think is why I'm going to take the Shepherd there. Now there's an Edifice, which is a card I do like. There is another Shepherd, but there's also a Dune Mover. And when you're presented with a 2-drop with Toxic 1 that can help fix your lands and make sure you hit land drops that's colorless, you take the Dune Mover. Okay, alright, white-black is looking to be relatively open here so far. I'm not a fan of the Impossible. Charge of the Mites is fine. Zealot Conviction, not great. Scrap Trap and Siphon are good in this kind of deck as well. I'm wondering between Siphoner and Charge of the Mites here. Siphoner is good in only very specific decks. I think I'm going to take my first copy of Charge of the Mites and then see if we need to go into black or into green. Guess I'll stay white here with Incisor Glider. Looking to be toxic in this deck, and Incisor Glider goes fine in corrupted toxic decks, so we'll take that. And then there's no more white. Boo. Where do we go from here? We're not looking to be a white-blue deck necessarily. Although we do have a card that makes 2 artifacts, another artifact, and a card that makes 2 more artifacts, so we could be a blue-white artifact deck. Maze's Mantle's not a card I've really liked very much, but it could be playable in a green-white toxic deck, so I guess I'll take that over some blue that I'm probably not playing here. And we'll see where we go from there. I think we're pretty clearly white at this point. Predation Steward and Oil Gorger Troll are not the green cards I want to pull me into white-green toxic. So I think I'm just going to cut the white card here because I'm not really looking to play any of those other ones. That is wild to me. This is the wheel. There's only one red card in the first pack, and it was Furnace Strider, and it wheeled, which means There's not a lot of red drafters at the table. I guess I'm taking it. Everything else here sucks. So, sure. Yeah, everything here is also bad. I guess we'll take Basilisk in the event that we need to go green-white. And now things are drying up for sure. Don't think I'm playing anything out of that last pack. Same here, not a big fan of any of these cards. Well, the Apostle and the Conviction wield, so guess we'll take the Conviction. And then the Engulfer. Okay, well. Interesting. Tyrannax Rex, 7 mana 8/8 can't be countered, trample, ward 4, haste, toxic 4. That is word salad, if I've ever seen it. But yeah, I'm going to take it, because why not? It's probably not the right pick. 7 mana in this format is not the place you exactly want to be, but I mean, I guess we could take a Branch Blight Stalker instead, but this is the fun card, right? You want to be casting 7 mana 8/8 tramples, don't you? At least I do. Flinting Raptor's the pick here. There is a Hexcold Slash, but I don't think we are red. We do have a Furnace Strider, but I think I'm just going to take the Raptor here. No green except Mantis, but that doesn't go well in our deck. There's a Bladed Ambassador and a Basilica Shepherd. Both are fine. I think I'm just going to take the 2-drop here. We're looking to be pretty aggressive. And then the Rex is basically just going to sit at the top of the curve and be like, can you get to 7 mana? If so, win the game. But we're going to take the aggressive Bladed Ambassador here. There's another Flensing Raptor or an Indoctrination Attendant. I have liked this card as well, but I'm going to take my second Flensing Raptor. We have 1 Dune Mover so far and a Crawling Chorus. Gonna need to up the 2-drops as far as toxic creatures go now that we have double Flensing Raptor. Okay, there's another Crawling Chorus, but there's also a Prosthetic Injector. No, I think I gotta take the Chorus here. It's close, but with double Raptor, I think Chorus is the right pick there. Porcelain Zealot, I think, could be playable for us. You can give a toxic creature +2/+2 at the beginning of combat each time. That's pretty good. I think that's eminently playable. And this was what I was hoping would come around. Duelist of Deep Faith. Pick 7. Great news for us. I think white is wide open. It's just we're not getting a ton of great white cards opened at the table. There's also a Tyvar Stand, which is also great, but I think Duelist is far too important for this deck. Complete Devotion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures with Toxic already, so this seems pretty good. I guess I'll take a Plague Nurse, but I'm hoping not to play anything out of this pack here. I wonder if we could almost make mono white work. Rib Skiff, I don't think so. Titanic Growth, maybe, if we go green-white. Nothing going here. Thirsting Roots, probably not. Spore Singer, probably not. And, whoa. Last pick Chimney Rabble. Hello. Wow. Okay, what ETBs do we have? Ossification. Flensing Raptor. Basilica Shepherd. We have to take Elish Norn, right? I mean, it's the first time I've had a chance to play with Elish Norn. If we wield Slaughter Singer or Dune Mover, both of those would be outstanding. Maybe the Slaughter Singer Wheels, but we gotta take Elish Norn, right? Take some ETB cards here. Here's another Dune Mover, that's great for us. There's also Mirren Bardiche, which creates another 2/2 with Elish Norn. I think I need the Dune Mover, though. Dune Mover is exactly what we're looking for in this deck. Okay, Incubation Sac, Jawbone Duelist, Indoctrination Attendant. That's what I'm looking at. Is this deck grindy enough for an Incubation Sac, or do we just want a Jawbone Duelist here? Duelist is good with Titanic Growth. It's great with Titanic Growth. And it's good with Complete Devotion. The correct pick here might be Incubation Sac. I just think that's a little slow for our deck. I'm going to take the Duelist. Rustvine Cultivator. Nothing else here seems playable for us. I guess I'll take this. I don't know if we'll play it or not. There's also a... I'll take just take the Cultivator here and see. Duelist to Deep Faith, a Flensing Raptor. Both of these are great for us. I think we have to take the 2-drop. This is Phyrexia after all, so we'll take Duelist of Deep Faith number 2 here. Wouldn't mind playing a 3rd Flensing Raptor, but we'll take the Duelist and a 6th pick Vorak. Double that up with Elish Norn. Go ahead and slam the Vorak here. Another Complete Devotion. There's a Terramorphic Expanse, but we're not looking to really splash at all. So I'll take a 2nd Complete Devotion here pretty easily. Stone nothing for us out of pick 8, unfortunately. There is a Gold Warden's Helm, which is good with Elish Norn, but I don't think that's worth playing it. I'm just going to take the Fair Basilica and maybe we play 1 tap land here. I wonder if red was just wide open this draft. So we didn't wheel the green-white uncommon. Gosh, the last 4 packs have been stone nothing but red cards. Ah, there's a blue card to end it. Okay. Well, we've got a couple of mythics in the deck here, but they're pretty expensive. Got Elish Norn and Tyrannax Rex, but you can't pass up the option to play Elish Norn, can you? So cards I'm considering cutting here. Don't think we need Zealot's Conviction. I haven't liked Maze's Mantle. I think Titanic Growth is fine. Complete Devotion, Ossification, Charge of the Mites. So now we just have 1 more cut unless we want to run 16 lands here. Is Tyrannax Rex actually good? I think it is. Even with 16 lands, we get up to 7 quite a bit. So potentially a Sinew Dancer. Oops, I just cut the Cultivator there. Or do we just cut the land? Actually, it would have to be this here because of the Rex. Wouldn't have to be that, but we go 8 and 8 if we do it this way. Yeah, I want to try out the Tyrannax Rex. I mean, there's a chance it's totally wrong to do that here, but I would like to try it out. You know, maybe we get them down to 6 or 7 with like 6 Toxic or something, and then we just drop a Rex and we're like, deal with it. And that can go a long way to winning a game. So yeah, green-white, Toxic, Elish Norn, Tyrannax Rex. We'll see if we can do well with this in the queue. I'll see you there in game 1. Alright, we are on the draw here, and before I decide on this very interesting keep or mulligan, go ahead and take a look at that red subscribe button down below if you're still here and you are not yet subscribed. Would appreciate it if you consider doing so. We are racing toward 1,000 and racing toward monetization. If you saw ads before this video, I make this much money off of those ads, and YouTube makes 100% of it. So if you think I should get at least a portion of that cut, a subscription is all that's needed to go all the way to help me get to 1,000 and beyond. Thanks so much for your consideration. As far as our keep and mulligan here, I don't think we can keep this. I mean, if we find a land, we can get Vorak and then we're off to the races, but like we have so many 2-drops and stuff in the deck. Every time I do this, I guess I'm gonna put back Shepherd here. Every time I do it, they just give me like the same option. The good thing is we have Cultivator and Dune Mover here, so this can be a one-off shot for a white, and then the Dune Mover will find us a white off the top here. So at least we have that, but and they have Evolving Adaptive. Take action. Go get the white here. And pass. I'm going to use the Cultivator for mana. I wonder if Ossification is worth it on the adaptive here. Start by attacking, see if they want to trade with something. I guess not. I don't think I want to use Ossification right now. But I will use it for Crawling Chorus. Ooh, some sort of 5-color spice over there, or 4-color spice. Down goes Incisor Glider. If they keep the Evolving Adaptive back, I will use... Well, now I have Vorak. If I use Ossification now on this, I can open up attacks here. And I think that's pretty important. It's the least mana efficient thing we can do. But I think I'll just offer these trades here. Get them to 2 toxic. Get the oil counter. Do Vorak next turn. We can proliferate them to corrupted, but we don't really care too much about corruptedness at the moment. Okay, so the question is, would I like to trade Crawling Chorus for their current only oil counter? So if I attack with Chorus, they use the oil counter and they eat the Chorus, but we get a Might out of the deal, and it gets rid of their oil counter so they can't proliferate it. That might be worth it, honestly. Yeah, so, I mean, if they want to use their oil counter here, I'm happy to let them use their oil counter to let them eat the Chorus. Yeah, that's fine, because now they can't proliferate it unless they get more oil counters on it. So, I think that's worth it, because this thing was going to get stonewalled at some point anyway. So, I'm just going to let them use up their oil counter. Decline here. In the turn. Okay, sacrificing the Dross Pits off of their splashed black land. Now they don't have any other plays, so that's good for us. I don't know what they are doing over here. Blue-black? Splashing green off of... or I don't even know.
Time to put our skills to the test.
Sorry, Kaito. Looks like you are probably going to die here soon. It says crew 3, yeah. So when this dies, it drains us for 2, but... So it's probably going to trade with the Vorak here. Yeah, I'll let it trade with the Vorak.
These Phyrexias aren't like any machines I know.
Can't do much about that. Okay. That does block relatively well. They didn't get priority. I'm wondering if they have... Okay, they're down to 6 life and 7 poison here. Can we get over the hump before they stabilize? Ugh. The answer might be no, but let's see. Block, take 3 poison. So I think we do win. We get them to exactly 10 poison and 0 life at the same time. Oh, that's nice. Let it happen, don't concede. It's called, what's it called? The golden win? I don't know. Create some sort of something for it. Let's see. Alright, they go to 8, exactly 0, and exactly 10. Anyone ever done that before so far in the format? If so, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I have achieved Tron for Phyrexia. Well, this is an interesting starting hand. We're going to keep it because of the Duelist and the Ossification, but we are far away from casting these 2 cards. And the Crawling Chorus goes a long way to help here. So let's hope they don't play an X2, although we are on the draw. So awesome, it went through. Dune Mover or Duelist here? I'm actually going to play the Dune Mover first. And get a land to make us closer to Elesh Norn and Tyrannax Rex. Look, Elesh Norn Tyrannax Rex game in hand win rate just went up because of that. So we... They saw it in our hand and they were like, I don't think I can eventually beat that, so I'm going to concede now. Alright, well, I guess I'll go second again, but we do have Duelist and Porcelain Zealot here, which is quite the combo, giving this creature +2/+2. Let's see if it survives. There's a lot of cards that can kill it. Ooh, Glissa. Yikes. First Strike and Death Touch. Well, good news, we have a Bladed Ambassador that can at least threaten to block it. But gosh, that card is so hard to deal with. Could we win if we attack with Duelist and then use both of these? It would get +7/+7. It would deal 14 damage to them. That would be ridiculous. Instead, I think I'm going to go Porcelain Zealot and attack with it. And if we trade this for the Sunslayer for Glissa, I think that's fine. Yeah, they saw the writing on the wall there, and they kind of had to trade that one off. So I mean, we had a way to kind of push through some. Oh gosh, that's annoying. They have beaters here, don't they? I'm going to no blocks because I have double combat trick here. No attacks. Interesting. I do need to find another land here with Dune Mover because of the Tyrannax Rex. I guess we're trading Titanic Growth for Whisper of the Dross at this point. Holds back their whole team this turn, basically. Still have Complete Devotion to use on Dune Mover or something. Draw that extra card. Any land drop here lets us play the Rex. Alright, I guess we'll trade our oil token for that now. Another Hive Master. Not exactly the land we were looking for, but it's not a bad one. Because now next turn if we draw land as well, we can Rex and have Complete Devotion up, which would be insane. I think I can... It's not 2 for 1ing myself because we're drawing an extra card here. But we are trading with the Hive Master. We could also just trade Dune Mover for it. But Crawling Chorus is looking worse. No, I'm going to trade Dune Mover because if I draw a land here, the Tyrannax Rex attacking with Complete Devotion backup is going to be very good. So I'm just going to trade. Well, we wouldn't have had the land back up anyway, so... We can attack as a 10-10 here. They can block with these 3 creatures. They would still be taking 4 toxic. And getting rid of like their whole board. How are we blocking if they attack now? The answer is not very well. So I chump the Atrocity. I trade with Doom Mover and I take like 5 from the Mantis. And maybe a 1 or 2 more over here. And if we 3-for-1 them with this card, that's also fine, I think. Yeah, looks like they will take the 3-for-1. I could have just held it back and then done it next turn with Complete Devotion. And maybe that would have been better. But, I mean, look at their board now. It's not great. I'm okay trading the Ambassador here for their adaptive, because that eventually will grow. Don't even need to use the combat trick. I'd like to use the combat trick on one of my toxic creatures here. Awesome. So the Atrocity did get there. It might have been a bit of a misplay on my part from not... But I really didn't want them to kill it. I know it had Ward 4, but they could have killed it. We were corrupted. If they had drew Anoint with Affliction, they could have cast it. So it was a close one there, but it got us over the hump. Okay, we go first this time, and I mean, the hand is good, so we're keeping it. Doesn't have a green, but it has all the cards we need to cast with even just 2 mana here, so we'll keep it. No Cultivator, awesome. We do get to hit them. I'm going to go ahead and play the Duelist here. In the event that we now have an attack to get them corrupted. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Alright, they're going to use their Anoint with Affliction on our Duelist of Deep Faith. No? Alright, they're corrupted. So I guess Incisor Glider will be the play. If they have Anoint, I'm surprised they didn't use it to not get themselves... Gosh, we are getting some early concessions here. We didn't have a lot in our hand. We missed a land drop and they still decided to concede. But you know what? I'll take it. Lets us all go back to breakfast sooner. Okay, we go first with double Chorus again. I mean, as long as we have Crawling Chorus and a Plains in our opening hand, we're pretty much keeping it. Go ahead and play another one here. Next turn we could have Complete Devotion if they play a blocker, which they didn't. So we'll get them corrupted. Play Basilisk, and Elish Norn is on her way. Aw, boo. Sure. We'll get on in here. Used Complete Devotion on the Basilisk. Get a Dune Mover. Find another land. Play Elish Norn, and off we go. Take action. I'm gonna get a green because of Tyrannak's Atrocity here at some... or Tyrannak's Rex. Needs 3 green. Yikes. Alright, let's play Elish Norn, I guess. See if she survives. Okay. So we can get them down to 2 if we do this. We can also save our Dune Mover here with Titanic Growth, which would put them to 7. They're also notably going to 8 Toxic right now. Proliferate your own poison. Do it. They proliferated their Archfiend. Makes sense. If 2 of these are able to get through, we win. And looks like they were able to get through. We beat an Archfiend. Elish Norn didn't do much there, but, I mean, works for me. Sure, why not? Well, unfortunately no Crawling Chorus on turn 1, but we do have Dualistic Deep Faith on 2, followed by Cantripping Combat Tricks, so we'll keep it here. Aw. Well, if they have Counterspell, they have Counterspell. I'm not going to not play it. Alright, they didn't have anything. Mono Blue, what do you got now? They have Chrome Prowler is what they have. So we'll go ahead and flash it in and tap it. As expected. Blue-white artifacts. Well, the good news about blue-white artifacts is it's usually built around Eye of Malcator, and Elish Norn dunks on Eye of Malcator. Because most of these artifacts in this deck kind of do things on ETB, and Elish Norn is going to say no thank you. Unctus's Retrofitter, making their Chrome Prowler a 4/4. Okay. Sure. I can't imagine they block here. Maybe it was worth holding it back, or holding our cards back there so we didn't have to take 6 more damage. I'm not sure this is a race we win right now. Oh, this thing randomly has Toxic for some reason. It's like the only blue creature in the set with Toxic, I think. Really hope they don't leave up Counterspell mana. Okay. And they leave up Counterspell mana. Do I play into it? Or do I just play Basilisk and then do Complete Devotion here? I don't think I can play into it is the problem. It's not a great card, but it would just destroy our Elesh Norn plans, so I'm just going to hold back and play the Basilisk here and play around it for a turn. It doesn't feel great, but... Okay. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, well, at this point, if they have it, they have it. I can't really wait much longer. They had it. Well, they were going to keep it up anyway, so... Oh well. Yeah, so we're going to get hit for... So we're dead next turn here. Yeah, they played that well. They played it well. I don't think we have an answer for flyers here, unfortunately. Oh, it just stays a copy of it. Oh, I didn't even realize that it stays a copy. Okay, well, good for you. You done did it. Played Bring the Ending, and it worked. Cleansing Raptor doesn't do it either, unfortunately. Glider can block one of them, but then we still die, so... Ah, they got us. I wonder if there was something else I could have done there. If I had played Elesh Norn the turn previous, they would have countered it as well. They were holding up 2 for a reason. And then... I could have been a little bit more aggressive and attacked with these, but these flyers were the things that killed me. You know what? I think the turn that really did it in that game was when I attacked with these 2 into both of these. They chose not to attack. I burned my whole turn, didn't cast a single spell, and they hit me back for 6. I don't think that would have saved us necessarily. If we had just held those back, like they probably still would have won the game. But I think that was definitely a mistake. So, yeah, it's those tough games. Tough games here. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, we're on the draw. The hand is not great. Sinew Dancer, Ossification, Double Raptor that doesn't really do anything right now. We need a green, but we are on the draw. We have at least a 1-drop. That makes it a lot better. Flying Toxic 1, when you proliferate, return it to your hand. Alright, well I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of you. Malcator's Watcher, holding up the proliferate, Whisper of the Dross. So our Flincing Raptor's not going to do anything right now. But they are going to have to use the Whisper on the Crawling Chorus. So I'll go ahead and make them do that here. We still get the 1/1 out of it, and the next turn this Flincing Raptor can jump our 1/1 Might to get over, and then we can hit them for 2/2/2 flyers. Oh, they chose not to use it. Interesting. So they could use it on Sinew Dancer. I think their plan is to actually use it on Raptor next turn and block with Watcher here. I think that's their plan. So that tells me I should either use Titanic Growth to save the creature from the Whisper, or play Raptor and jump this Raptor to make it a 3/3. That way they can't trade Raptor for Watcher here. And I think that's the line I'm going to take. Because I know they have Whisper of the Dross. I don't want them to use it on Sinew Dancer here. I don't mind if they use it on Crawling Chorus. So I'm going to go Flensing Raptor. They might have a counterspell too, which would not be good. Okay, I'll put it here. Ah, they had Anointment Affliction as well, so... yeah, good for you. Let's see if they want to trade, or if they want to use their Whisper or not. They probably should trade or use Whisper, because at this point they'll get corrupted. Which they don't know is bad for them, but in a green-white deck you usually don't want to get yourself corrupted. Okay, they will trade. Taxian Raptor still holding up Whisper of the Dross, huh? So I can't go for Titanic Growth on the 1/1 because they can just Whisper in response. I can do it on the Raptor, though. This is going to end up being +3/+3 because of the Whisper, so it could be a 5/5, which is still good enough to get over the Raptor, even if they put all the oil into it here. So I'll attack here. I'll use the Titanic Growth, and they can't really use their Whisper of the Dross to save anything here. Then I'll play Incisor Glider. Will they go for the Might? Looks like they will. Alright, we got it out of their hand, and they just had to use it on a Might, which is fine. So they used an entire card to get rid of a singular Might token, which I'm fine with. Stinging Hive Master, doesn't matter. I think I'm actually going to proliferate here. Over finding a land. It gets them corrupted. It gets us an extra 2 points of damage. Does that really matter? As opposed to a land that can help us towards Tyranax Atrocity? Or Tyranax Rex? Do I want the poison or do I want a land? I think I want the poison. Alright, so they're at 4 now. Obviously going to be max punished if we draw Tyranax Atrocity here, but you never know. That's fine. Okay. We are the aggressor, so I would like to tap you down. And get on in. You're at 3. Pick or play Golem, don't care. Sacrifice and you're dead. Alright. 6 and 1 here. Let's see if we can find yet another trophy. Might be our 7th or 8th. Lots of trophies in the format. Need one more. Let's do it. Alright, we go first with 2-drop, 3-drop, both toxic and hard to block, so we'll keep. Canker Bloom, that's okay. Oh, hello there. Contagious Vorak, yeah. Looks like we're going to have to complete Devotion this turn. We don't have to, but I believe I will. Fine trading off for Canker Bloom, I think, with the other one. Ah, missing land drops. Well, that's one way that we can get derailed out of this draft. I wanted to use Complete Devotion so I could try to hit my 4th land. That's the main reason I took that line there. But we missed it. Vorak's going to have to help. Elish Norn into Basilica Shepherd will be good. Evolving Adaptive is also good. Down goes Duelist. Gonna need to find a land. Putting a lot of decent cards on the bottom, but at least we found a land. Which means next turn we can play Elish Norn, and a green-red deck has a difficult time dealing with Elish Norn. So can't really block the Sky Warden, but that's okay because next turn we can Shepherd, which is going to make 5 creatures, and then Charge of the Mites can kill it. So assuming they can't deal with it. In red-green, I'm trying to think of ways. They're going to try to push some damage here, doing a combat trick on Sky Warden. See if they can kill us before... Yeah. Found a land. Deal 8. Okay. Oh no! And they also... Oh! Well, I guess that's a way to deal with Elish Norn. Double trick. Double trick will do it. Good for you. I think I'll play the Shepherd here. And now we're a bit on the defensive here. Gosh, they got out of it there. That's all it took. That single play in the game probably wins it for them, unfortunately. Now they have a potential 6/6 here with the Furnace Skull Bomb going. So they have a 6/6 and a 5/5 Menace. That is tough. Green was basically the exact opposite of what I needed there. I'll take Bladed Ambassador, and then I'll hold up Charge of the Mites. I wonder if I should just use it on the Sky Warden right now, while they're tapped out and don't have a combat trick. That's frustrating. They're green-red. They can't deal with a 7 toughness creature except for combat trick plus fight spell. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Yikes. So unfortunately we have to chump both. And by chump I mean definitely chump here, but we can trade. So Ambassador's surviving no matter what, and then everything else is dying, so don't have any choice. That certainly won't do it. Have we used Titanic Growth yet this game? We haven't. Maybe that's how we win? We somehow attack with the Jawbone Duelist and have Titanic Growth and hit them for 10? But then we have to start attacking now, too. So what I can do is I can attack with everything, deal 4 to them, play Incisor Glider, chump the Adaptive. Next turn chump with Ambassador, play Jawbone Duelist, and maybe top deck Titanic Growth and then kill them or something? I don't know. I don't know how to get out of this. It's just a frustrating game. We had it so easily. And they drew like the only 2 cards in their deck in perfect sequence that I think could have gotten them out of this one. Now we have to double chump. Trade, chump here. So they're going to be left with a 7/7 still, and 3 cards in hand. And gaining more life and drawing more cards. This card, 1 mana 7/7. It's good, it's good. Oops, I don't meaning to do that. So no matter what, everything is dying here. Even Tyrannak's Atrocity can't get us out of this. And another creature. We'll find a land here. No, not quite, but close. And here comes everybody. Pass to blockers. Well, actually I should have done this first before blockers, but doesn't really matter. You have to draw like 2 removal spells here, so. Frustrating game. Frustrating game, but we still got another chance at the trophy here. We were 6-1, now we're 6-2. Alright, well unfortunately we have to go on the draw. But we have 3 plays we can make. Vorak gets us out of it if we draw a forest here, and the chorus is a great top deck for turn 1. So let's see what we can do. Complete Devotion probably has to get used next turn to find another land drop if we don't find one. Well, maybe not. It's like the worst card we could have drew there. Guess I'll play Glider here. They are corrupted, so our creatures do get bigger as we attack now. Chimney Rattle. Come on. Give me a land, please. Magic can be so frustrating sometimes, can't it? Proliferate yourself. Do it. I always ask, they never do it. Here comes the fight. Oh my gosh. Give me a land. It's about as close as you can ask for. And now I think they are going to play a bunch of chonkers that will not allow us to attack. We will have missed 3 or 4 land drops in a row. Now we get 3 for 1. And oh my gosh. I hate tilting, but sometimes it happens, folks. Need to play a Vorak to find a land. Oh, man. Basilisk and Sinew Dancer, and this thing can start tapping stuff down, maybe? But now we're on the defensive. I mean, they're flooding, and we're screwing hard. Usually screw beats flood, but we'll see if that's the case here. If they can get rid of this Basilisk, that's not good news for us. I'm expecting a Volt Charge. Close enough. Okay, take 8. So I need an extra mana here so I can go And it needs to be white. So if I do this, I can still remove the oil counter, block the Vorak, and tap down the Ravager here, which is my plan. Another evolving adaptive. Yep. Oh, God. Unfortunately, because this requires white, we are kind of, like, stuck on what we can do. Another adaptive. Yeah. A white land would be great. Way we can play both of these and still have up Sinew Dancer. Do I trade Raptor for Troll here? An oil counter and Raptor for Troll. I think I do. That's close. We're trying, but they have 9 lands, so they are more statistically likely to top deck good things here. And as long as it's an X3, they get 2/1/1 counters on their adaptives and stuff, so that's all pretty good for them. They did draw an instant, though, so that's not good for us. If we draw an untapped land, well, we're still a turn away from the cultivator. We have to get an oil counter on it, and then we can use it, so... We're trying. They did draw a combat trick, so I'll have to let them use it. I do need my cultivator here, so I'll see which one they want to get rid of. Probably the duelist. I think they're going to combat trick the adaptive here. Looks like they will, as long as it's not free from flesh. Tyvar stand. Woof. Big one. Ossification. Okay. That's something. Can now get rid of this. Probably still need to tap that down as opposed to playing chorus here. And then use the cultivator to get oil. Is it an X3 or more? Ugh. Urbrask's Forge. We're going to have to outrace that quickly. Untapped land. No. We need an untapped land. We're waiting for this thing. I think this is... We win in 2 turns if we can cast this. And we're just letting them continue to top deck here. Oh, that lets them draw 4 cards. Man. That might have done it. I get to draw 4 cards now. Well, good for you. We're just sitting here stuck on 5 lands in our top 21 cards. Interesting they chose not to attack with that because it dies, which is good for us. Alright. We finally did it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Okay, so this puts them to 7 poison. We have to make sure we don't die here. We can't tap anything down with Sinew Dancer anymore, so we're probably chumping with it. This is going to make a 3 powered creature, so we kind of have to... We're probably double chumping, or we're trading and chumping or something like that. If they have removal in hand and a 3 toughness creature, then we chump, we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they have double removal and a 3 toughness creature, then we just lose. But we have to try to also win. So... They're up to 7 poison now. Can we figure it out? Ravager killing our Dancer. That is their 3rd Cinder Slash Ravager here. 1, 2, 3. Must be nice. And I think that probably kills us, because I don't think we can get Tyrannax Rex through anymore. Are you kidding me? What is this? And they cast a Rebel Salvo for free and then kill us. Oh my god. Guys, I try not to tilt very often. I try not to. But today is one of those days. Today is just one of those days. 3 Cinder Slash Ravagers, double adaptive, Hellraiser, Forge, top deck to Flamestoker to draw 4 cards, Ruthless Predation. Just one of those days. We were stuck on 2 lands for like the first 6 turns of the game or something, so... Gosh. Just so frustrating. So frustrating. Alright. Well, let's hurry up and get to the end screen so I can end this one here. Didn't get the trophy, but, you know, we don't keep track of trophies here. I just like to do it in my head. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.